Oh, sorry about that, folks. I have no idea what happened. I had a feeling that certain I don't know what happened. I mean, it just completely just froze and kind of pushed me out for some apparent reason. I'm actually going to try to fix this and see if I can actually share the stream again. Wow, that was weird. That was extremely weird. Well, anyway, getting back to what I was saying, I'm actually going to be on for like another, I don't know, 20, maybe 25 minutes. And we're going to go into more details of what I was trying to talk about. And I mean, my so, anyways, let's talk about the advertisement and what's going on with Microsoft and now allowing, or maybe just not caring about I guess Xbox as a brand. They feel like Xbox is more of a burden than an actual cash cow, because the numbers don't lie. They were down year over year a significant amount. Even though they actually did gain subscribers from Game Pass, Game Pass was not giving them the revenue that they were looking for. Their game software sales are down. Their game hardware sales are down. Cloud services are down. It's not looking good. And I can't really blame anyone else but Microsoft themselves. And Microsoft may sit back and say, "Oh, it's not our fault. You guys are just not trying hard enough, or or maybe Microsoft is restricting them and cutting back on their budgets just for that reason. Their marketing budget must have went down or something. They already took out most of the employees, some employees from 343, and I guess for good reason, because Halo, their flagship title, has not been getting all the TLC that they were supposed to get. Joseph Staten actually left 343 to go back to Xbox Game Studios. I don't know. I don't know what the state of Xbox is. I mean, these are my opinions, but I mean the writing's on the wall. somebody is either not doing the job, is not reading the crowd correctly. They say, oh, we don't want to be like Sony. Okay, I want to kind of point out a few things about why it's a stupid way of thinking. And hear me out on this. Xbox does not, promote business software. Xbox is not about business software. Okay? Yes, Microsoft is a software company. We understand that. They sell Windows, they sell cloud services, they sell PCs and tablets. They sell the Windows software. That's Microsoft's bread and butter. That's where they get their millions. Azure services that they actually sell off, and their AR, which actually got their contract pretty much got cut until they actually made improvements. But the contract got cut, so that's billions of dollars that's been cut off. They're getting cut off left and right. Now they're getting bitten in the butt from one of the largest deals in the world, in the gaming world, a $70 billion deal with this ABK purchase. Now everything is riding on it. And right now, I have a feeling that there's a lot of executives' necks on the line because of this deal. Because if this deal falls through, and I guess I'm being a little realistic with this. I mean, I'm not the sharpest tack on the wall, but hey, someone's head is going to roll. I don't know whose head is going to be, but it might be some of your favorites. And it's sad to see, but the thing is that someone's going to have to answer for it. Everyone's like, oh, you should just enjoy your games. Don't worry about the logistics. Okay, well, that's all well and good. But what if the console or the company that you actually are playing on all of a sudden just goes down? That's the same thing that happened to Sega. I had the Sega Dreamcast. Everyone, I know everyone that I knew actually had a Sega Dreamcast, right? And a PlayStation and stuff like that, and there's some amazing games. Dreamcast was an amazing console. Problem was, it just didn't do enough. Not enough emphasis on software. They didn't get enough developers to make software for it. Their software sales were actually down. They were abysmal. They sold quite a few Dreamcasts, but the thing is that the sales actually were declining year over year. Coming into what's happening now. Oh, but Xbox is this is only their second year into the next generation. All right. You know what? I'll give you that. But the problem is that, and I said this before, you only get one chance to make a good first impression. You only get one shot to make a good first impression. Xbox had lightning in a bottle. Okay, Microsoft, as a company, had lightning in a bottle with the Xbox brand. Fantastic franchises that actually people grown to love. A powerful console, some great capabilities, storage capabilities, being able to burn music CDs onto the console, broadband, Xbox Live, Halo 2 being one of the most, how do you put it? One of the best sold games in the world. 2 million sold in a single day. Was it $2 million? I'm sorry, $2 million in a single day. You know, and actually, it established video games as being, something to be reckoned with. It's just kind of sad to see, and I'm passionate about this because it's just sad to see a company like Microsoft actually not get it. And I'm very sure that, you remember when they had all these new hires? You remember when they actually got these new hires for the initiative and for 343 and what have you? You remember? And what happened? What happened? Excuse me. Excuse me. They left. Why? Because it turns out that the others, the ones who were actually part of the management, and each of them, the vision was not there. There was no vision. There was no passion. And all their ideas that they actually had, all the ideas that they had, fell to the wayside. They didn't want to listen to them. Oh, you just do this and that's it. They were by the numbers. They always paint by the numbers. They don't want to go outside the line. Everything is paint by the numbers with Microsoft. Why do you think that character models and what have you were so stiff and so lifeless? People are like, oh, that's just... No! They're paint by the numbers. They need to get out of that. They have to get out that molding. They have to get out that mindset of the same old thing. They can't really, stick with that same mentality. Now you have all these great studios, and I, for one, and I wasn't before. I wasn't before, but I'm afraid that a lot of the newer titles are going to follow the same fate. And I've been adamant about this. It turns out that I'm shouting at the wall, and every single time that I go on social media, I have not seen not one person have the guts to be able to kind of say, hey, what's going on? What's going on? I mean, yeah, granted, there are a few. There's a few that actually did, say their piece, and believe it or not, rightfully so. But there's several others who just, I guess, what's the word? Capping. People are just capping for this corporation that are doing nothing to change the game, so to speak. I mean, yeah, granted, if you actually saw the developers direct that Microsoft did, that's a change of pace. They're in the right direction. It was good. It was different. It was short, 5 games. It was 4, but it changed it to 5. The Shadow Drop with Hi-Fi Rush, and of course the additions to what you're going to be playing this year. Great. Of course, people were upset that there's no date for Forza, but I understood, and I rattled my brain, said, hey, maybe they're holding off on Forza because they don't have a solid date for Starfield. And you don't want to overlap 2 big games over each other. It's only smart. So let's segue into get into Game Pass for a second. And some people are going to hate me for what I'm going to say. So you know what? I don't care. This is my opinion, and you know what? My opinion is my opinion. You know. So first of all, let's just say that I enjoy Game Pass from its inception. Okay, I love Game Pass. Game Pass is still is the best deal in gaming, and there is nothing that compares to it as of yet. I mean, Game Pass is one of those once again lightning in a bottle instances that really turned the industry on its head. The problem is that the company known as Xbox, or the team at Xbox, has rested their laurels on this particular service, because basically that's what it is. It's a paid it's a paid service, okay? And I don't know. I just feel like Xbox has painted themselves into a corner, and I'll tell you the reasons why. They paint themselves into a corner because giving games away, for basically day and date, sounds great on paper. I mean, believe it or not, it's a very attractive deal. It actually gets a lot of people invested into Game Pass. Problem is that most of the day and dates games don't go past 3 months. Let me repeat that. Most of the games that come day and date don't go past 3 months. After 3 months, the games are forgotten. Sales don't happen. People finish the games. Say, "Oh, I finished the game. I don't need the service anymore." So they take the game off. They don't buy the game, even when it's discounted. And they get out of Game Pass so they can save some bucks. And then they buy, I don't know, something else. Or those who actually are not fully invested in the Xbox ecosystem, and they feel like, oh, well, I don't want an Xbox, but I actually like the deal. They get it on PC. They download it because it's day and date on PC too. They play the game. Whatever they do, they don't buy it. They just play it. Great. Game's over. Fantastic. They uninstall it from the PC. And basically, you miss out on a sale, and no one's for the wiser. And that also includes people who actually mainly play on the PlayStation or the Nintendo Switch. But you see, there's a vicious pattern going on when certain games don't chart on the MPDs, and people are like, "Oh, the MPDs shouldn't count. Doesn't really matter." or the VGCs or whatever. And but it does. People are like, oh, it doesn't really matter. Yes, it does. You see, investors don't just pay attention to what the hearsay. They don't pay attention to just the group of people who are jumping up and down screaming hallelujah Yankee Doodle. They also pay attention to the numbers. The numbers are important because their investment dollars are going towards the stocks that they actually are invested in. They don't bet on a horse that don't shine their shoes, so to speak. Okay, they don't bet on a horse that's actually that's not well treated. Okay, they feel like they are on the losing side of the racetrack, so to speak. Right? Why should gamers actually sit back and just kind of ignore the fact that Microsoft is really gravely mistaken onto how to run the Xbox business? Because right now Xbox by itself, could run very well. Peter Moore did a fantastic job, and I hate to say this, but so did Don Matrick until the demise of Xbox One. What happened? Where's the passion? There are so many dormant titles right now that's inside the Xbox ecosystem right now. There's a lot of games that they can really jump on, and they haven't even touched. And the only thing I keep on hearing, and I hear this all the time, even from Phil Spencer, God bless his soul. Great guy. I DM him once in a while and everything. Sometimes he responds, sometimes he doesn't. He says that, we need to find the right team. We need to find the right team to make the game. All right. You have, 27 teams on, in Xbox Game Studios right now. Bethesda has their teams as well. You have ID Software. You have Tango Gameworks. You have Bethesda Actual. How can you not find the perfect team? I'm very sure, the thousands of employees that you actually have in the Xbox game studios right now, there's got to be a handful of people that are passionate about Killer Instinct. There's got to be a handful of people that are interested in Recore. And don't get me wrong, Crackdown 3 didn't do well. They could do a reboot. They could reboot the series. They've done it before. And believe it or not, there were certain games that actually got a reboot and actually did better. Some worse. Let's not talk about Saints Row, because I'm actually a little upset about what they did with the series, and that's the reason why it failed. But come on, guys. Passion, man. Passion. See, this is the frustrating thing when it boils down to it. Games right now, is an open book. and you have an opportunity to make some really big moves. And you're sitting back and you say, "Oh, we don't want to follow status quo," but you are following status quo. Don't you understand? You are putting yourself into this situation where, oh yeah, let's do, I don't know, name of a game. But you just kind of sit there and you abandon certain games. You abandon them. You put them to you push them to the side and sweep it under the rug and say, "Oh, that's it. That yeah." Sony does the same thing. I'm upset about them sometimes too. No SOCOM. Jeez, I wonder why. SOCOM actually was a beloved title, beloved series, beloved game, and then they just push it to the side. That's another bone to pick with that one. But this is entertainment. This is game entertainment. Don't you get it? It's game entertainment that it's supposed to attract the masses. You are sitting right there and you are going after the wrong crowd. You're going after the Fortnite crowd. You're going after the Apex crowd. You're going after the Call of Duty crowd. You're going after the wrong crowds. You're going after the wrong people. Yes, it's okay to actually have games as a service. That's what you have Sea of Thieves for. And Sea of Thieves is actually almost like this forgotten relic in your repertoire. Same thing with Grounded. You don't harness and promote these games because you feel like it's not a good investment. But the people who are passionate behind the games, they feel like they're slapped in the face. I feel it. Yeah, I see the documentaries once in a while and everything, and of course they have their fan base. Yes, they do. Sea of Thieves and everything doesn't have the millions and millions. Well, they do some occasionally, but but the streaming says otherwise. No one really streams this stuff. Grounded, same thing. When's the last time you heard about another update on Grounded? Gee, well, I wonder why. I know they're supposed to come up with like a cartoon series or something like that. It's supposed to be going on Netflix. Okay, it's for kids. Good for them. But I just feel like you abandon the fact that all the well-beloved franchises that didn't really have that many people, but you're waiting for that big golden nugget to jump on. I mean, Hi-Fi Rush did very well, actually. Didn't really chart because there's no physical copies. Still a great game. And that's just travesty not to have physical copies. That's another video. I feel like it deserves to actually have one, and I'm pretty sure that maybe Limited Run might just say, hey, maybe we'll make a physical copy of that game. If you make a deal with them, who knows? But really, I really find it very difficult to sit here and kind of just, I don't know, bat around the idea that Xbox cares about the gamers, because I feel like it's just a blatant lie. I'm sorry, I do. I feel like Xbox doesn't. They sell you on the lie. They tell you that they really, really care about the gamers, but yet they don't put their money where their mouth is. Now, third-party titles and everything actually, do great. And that commercial, I'll show you another day, because it turns out that I cannot bring it up. But that the Atomic Heart commercial, wow. They're a small studio. How does a company like Mudfish come up with a great commercial, which only was what, 30 seconds? 30 seconds? 37 seconds, I think it was. I mean, seriously. That's ridiculous. How can a small company like that create an amazing commercial like that, and Microsoft can't even muster that much effort? They always do what you call the status quo. Game Pass commercial. Game Pass commercial. Oh, we got great games. They show clip. Xbox Game Pass. Get it now. Okay. Wow. Halo is a travesty. And I really feel like Halo had an opportunity to become a great and an amazing game. They fumbled out the gate. They delayed the game. They bring the game out, and it was bare bones. How do you release a title as big as Halo and not have enough content to set, and or better yet, enough consistent content, and you claim to become a game as a service and not have enough content to go around? Consistent content. Not only that, made it hard to actually get the content. You made everything a grind fest, which is sad. I mean, I actually lost interest. I mean, yeah, I play it once in a while, and it's supposed to be Season 3 coming up, and I'm hoping that Season 3 redeems a lot. Season 2, the winter update, good start, not enough. And it was not enough. You know? And I did another one with Noble. You know, and with the outfit. The little event. That's great. We want more. You see, what's that saying? There's a saying. When you give out big kisses, you get bigger hugs, right? You guys at Microsoft, and I have to be honest. I have to be honest with you. You know, you guys need to start giving Xbox a little bit more credit than credit is due. They have great talent over there, and you let the talent down. You got rid of the talent. You didn't. You don't give them a chance to shine, and you just want things to just be this bare bones thing. And this is what I don't understand. I really don't. I don't understand how you could allow your best talent to fall to the wayside, and then all of a sudden you sit back and you're like, oh yeah, everything's all good, everything's perfect. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. I'm frustrated. I'm flabbergasted. I'm appalled. I just feel like we have an opportunity. Xbox has an opportunity to really show the fans, hey, listen, man, we're sorry. That's all you gotta do. Just say, listen, we got you. I'm sorry, we got you. Here's how we can make it up. We got X, Y, and Z. We got these coming. We got these great games coming out on Game Pass. Fantastic. Some are day and date. Other ones and everything. We actually have to give you an opportunity to play these games 2 weeks early. And that's what you need to start doing. And I think this is actually how you're going to fix this. Let me just put this out there. And believe it or not, a couple other content creators actually said this. So you should go out there and you should say, hey, special edition of Forza. You get this special edition. You get to play the game 2 weeks early before the game comes out on Game Pass and Steam. You have, you get all this content if you pay the premium, and you actually get an opportunity to play the game 2 weeks early. You want to know how many people actually would just jump on that? Or better yet, you can even do a month early if you really want to get daring. Say you get to play a game a month early. You jump on this game and the thing, jump on a month early. And then those who actually don't want to spend the money, they can actually get on Game Pass, but they're gonna have to wait. Game Pass and everything is great. I get it. But you should not put all your eggs into Game Pass. Game Pass should be a great service. It is a great service. But you should not, you shouldn't X out all the people who are willing to kind of make them feel special. You want people who put the money in to feel special. That's the reason why that a lot of people who say, I'd rather pay the premium, because they feel like they got something special in their hands. Video games is supposed to make you feel special, right? They're fun, but they're supposed to make you feel special. You actually got the game and everything. You actually enjoy the game. You should actually feel special. You pick up the console and you pick up the game. You buy the game. I don't know, $60, $70, $30, whatever it is. And you got it. And you know what? You have it in your hands and you enjoy it. Special. And the problem is, and everything, you're actually sitting back there and you're actually telling us, you know what? You're not special enough. You're not special enough to own your own games. Here's Game Pass and everything. I'll throw about a couple hundred titles at you. We'll throw a couple hundred titles at you, no problem, at a premium price. And we'll actually sell it to you for a discount if you really, really want to keep it. But from what I've been hearing, everyone has been sitting right there. I listen. I've been listening to the tune, and right now I'm starting to get tired of the same dance. And I'm hoping that they change that station sooner than ever. So, anyways, this is HUD Zero. How you doing? This is HUD Zero, the old school gamer, and of course I know how to Xbox. And if you actually enjoyed my video, and I'm sorry there's a little flaw that actually happened. I don't know what the heck happened, but if you actually want to be a part of the HUD Zero army, please feel free to jump on and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, write down a few comments, tell me how you feel, because right now I've been extremely disappointed in what's been going on with Xbox's direction. And I mean, if they're just waiting on this ABK deal, just to get things rolling, they're rolling some dangerous die, man. They really are, and I see nothing but snake eyes in the future. All right, that's it for me. So, as I tell everyone.